Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.
Prime Minister Irakli Garibashvili released a statement regarding the prices of medicines. Early last year, we opened the Turkish pharmaceutical market. After the changes, the price of medicines in the country decreased by 60-80%. As a result of the opening of Turkish pharmaceutical market, the Georgian population will save over 200 million gelari annually. In order to further increase access to medicines for the population, we have launched a new reform aimed at setting the maximum price limit for medicines. In the first stage, the reference prices was set for more than 1,300 chronic and oncological medicines. From February 15, pharmaceutical companies will no longer be able to sell drugs at a higher price than the specified price. As a result of the reform, the cost of medicines will decrease by 40% on average. The reference price will be gradually determined for other medicines as well, said Garibashvili. Zura Bazarashvili, the Minister of Health, declares that an artificial shortage of medicines can be created, otherwise the ministry will respond accordingly. We set two types of prices. One is set separately for regional manufacturers, another one for generic drugs. Under the conditions of these two prices, the business has an interest in continuing the operation because exactly the same producers operate successfully in different countries. Therefore, there is no danger of a shortage of drugs, and if there is a deliberate attempt at sabotage, we have a corresponding plan for this as well, the minister said. According to Azarashvili, the sabotage attempts took place at the initial stage when the government started medicine imports from Turkey and the business did not import the appropriate amount of medicines. After the bad experience we had with Turkish medicines, we set up a mechanism together with the competition agency, and it will be very sad if we need it, but we will use it in the case of necessity, Azarashvili said. Georgian Prime Minister Irakli Garibashvili, accompanied by a delegation, participated in the annual World Economic Forum in Davos. According to the press service of government administration, with the scope of the visit, the head of government held high-level bilateral meetings both with global leaders and the executives of large international companies. The Prime Minister delivered speeches at the panel discussions. Led by the Prime Minister, the Georgian delegation consisted of Vice Prime Minister, Minister of Economy and Sustainable Development Levan Davitashvili, Foreign Minister Ilya Darchiashvili, Head of the Government Administration Revash Javelidze, and the Prime Minister's Special Advisor for Foreign Investments Vasil Hudak. Traumatologist Vaja Gaprindashvili says that the new model of financing with DRG does not allow for providing quality services in the traumatology. According to him, Medical Hub Georgia refused the Universal Healthcare Program and accordingly the new financing model. The idea itself is very good, but it was done without refinement, so it will work with difficulty in today's situation. In my opinion, initially the system should have been implemented in state clinics. For example, in the case of various infractions, sometimes implants are necessary. These tools are imported and of different quality. Until November, everyone tried as much as possible to use quality means which have the appropriate recognition in the European countries, Gaprindashvili says. DRG strategy was mandated in hospitals from November 1. According to Georgian Health Ministry, the new approach is banning clinics from charging additional out-of-pocket expenses for medical services other than those specified. The co-financing share by the state from 0 to 30% will be envisaged as per the health insurance package. Tbilisi Mayor Kahakaladze says nothing wrong if Russia decides to restore direct flights to Georgia. The mayor echoes the Russian Foreign Minister's statement in which Sergei Lavrov expressed his hope that Russia will soon resume direct air traffic with Georgia. As Kakaladze pointed out, Russia unilaterally limited the flights to Georgia. There is nothing wrong if this decision is made. On the contrary, it may benefit our country because up to 1 million of our compatriots live in Russia and direct flights will make it easier for them to travel, he stated. Tbilisi Mayor Kakakaladze says on Wednesday at the meeting of the capital's government that he would have strict reaction to the corruption. He called on employees of Tbilisi City Hall and its structures not to allow corruption facts in their sectors. I want to warn everyone, starting with my deputies, heads of services, heads of legal entities under private law, non-commercial legal entities and limited liabilities companies. We will be very critical and will do everything to prevent corruption. This is a very serious issue which will always be followed by an appropriate response. It was like that years ago, it will be like that now and in the future. We will do our best not to allow corruption and to eradicate it. I have said it many times and I will repeat it. If any of our employees need support, help, I'm ready to personally listen, assist, but my reaction to corruption facts will be very strict. I warn you, all the communities with your employees in your own offices, and make everyone understand this attitude well. If someone needs something, support, cooperation, we are ready to help in every way, but corruption facts will have a very strict response, Kaladze said.
The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.